What's up guys, I'm Lavinesh and this is Project KEBUN. So a lot of y'all have been asking me on social medias, in the comment sections, in my private messages, and also in person, those that have met. Y'all are asking, what is Project KEBUN and who is Lavinesh, for those that don't know. Well, if you've seen the videos, past videos, Lavinesh, I am Lavinesh. I'm a very friendly guy. I'm open. I love adventures. I love comedy. I did a few stand-up comedies, and then I did a lot of homemade videos, kind of thing. Comedy sketch scenes, this and that, with my friends and also personally. I went to uni. I graduated with a degree for mass communication. Majored in corporate communication from Sunway University, and then after that I worked in a GLC company, government link company, in the corporate communication department. And then after that I moved on and I worked for a bit in recruitment. It didn't really work out. It wasn't my cup of tea. I thought because I was talking to a lot of people I would like it, but then you had to meet your sales targets and stuff like that, and it was very hard with the industry that I was focused on. So I was like, maybe go back into what my passion is. At that time was PR, so I managed to get a job in a PR agency, and I worked there for a while. I was focused. The PR agency, we were doing work in the entertainment and lifestyle industry. In the same time, while I was working in the PR agency, we also had an online magazine, so I was doing journalism. So yeah, if you see my resume, it looks like I had a lot of jobs, kind of thing. But then padahal it's multiple jobs at the same time, as the same duration, with one pay. So yeah. Then after that, after I was working there for a while, and then after that I got an opportunity to work for CLBG company, a company limited by guarantee under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So I went there as a PR practitioner. I was doing PR for them, and then that time was the pandemic and all that when I joined the company. So after a year or so, they created a new department that was focused on sports news. And then when I was there, because they took me into that department because I had my PR skills and also my journalism skills, which they needed to help develop the brand, and at the same time do the daily operation works. So I was doing that for a while, and then that's when this whole Project KEBUN opportunity came about. And so I left it and I came here to Temulo on the 4th of December. But then it's not that I was in the corporate line and then straight away I jumped here, it's not that. I actually did I had some relatives that had some land bunting, so they let me, abandoned land kind of thing. So they weren't using it, so they let me to do a bit of farming to have a taste, for me to see whether I like it or not. I did like it. I really did enjoy it, love the sweat and all that. But then the problem was I only went there on weekends, and I couldn't plant and grow much things because it wasn't fenced area. It was an open area, so I couldn't leave my equipment there and all that. And my budget was low, and most of my budget was spent on traveling to the farm, to Bunting, from PJ to Bunting on weekends and all that, on my off days. It was just madness guys. So I managed to grow and harvest ubi kayu. That's the only thing that survived and grew. When I harvested, I only got chump change, and from what I spent on traveling and all that, it wasn't worth it . So then that project I stopped, and then after that I started with hydroponics. I managed to get my parents to allow me to use a bit of the balcony space. Did it. It was okay, and it was fine because that one was good because it was small and all that. I built it myself, so my budget was small. I built it myself and all that, and I could manage to have successful harvest of kangkong, pudina, sawi, pak choy, not so. thing. And the funny part of that whole thing is, like, my parents was like, were saying, like, they don't give me rent, they don't charge me rent for that space that I'm using, the balcony. They don't charge me for water, they don't charge me for the electricity bill, water bill. And then at the same time, I'm charging them for my harvest. And half the time they also helped me to take care of it when I had to travel or whatever. So then we have like small mini arguments lah. So anyways, so yeah, that, and because that was going fine and all that, so I wanted to expand that operation. So I had, like, we had a guest room, it was vacant, and during pandemic, who's going to come and visit us anyways, for especially my relatives from overseas and all that. So I was like, can I use that? And then after some time of lobbying, they were like, okay lah, you can use it lah. So then I built my own set. I built a 8 feet by 4 feet hydroponic set, could take 20 rows, 10 rows above, 10 rows at the bottom, so 2 levels. And that was a whole mess lah, guys, because I spent so much on building it. It was cheaper than buying the whole set from outside, but then building it yourself, the measurements and calculations was a bit off. So there was leakages here, there, and all that. There was a lot of time spent on that. And then after that, the lights also, it was very expensive, and and the plants, fertilizer solution, all that. Then after, like, I was like, screw that. We had to stop it, because it was just going on for almost a year plus, and there wasn't anything coming about it from it. So I had to shut that down. And then I was looking for land and all that, and then so happened we came about this whole Temerloh land. And yeah, and then I met my mentor. My mentor said he would teach me, and I rent the land here. And yeah, so that's how I came about this Project KEBUN. So it's not like an overnight decision, okay, I'm going to become a farmer now. No, it has its history, guys. So, but then with that said, I'm not a professional, I'm not a qualified farmer. I'm learning the basics as I go. Yeah, so it's not that I'm a professional guy farming. So you all watch me to learn. It's like, you want to see not to make stupid mistakes and don't do dumb stuff while farming, you should watch me. And also entertainment lah, I do give some entertainment value, right, guys? Please say yes in the comments below, because if not, I can't sleep lah. Yeah, so yeah, and then so I'm learning, and as I'm doing it as I go lah, now 6 months already here. Now it's the end of May. Today is May 27. It's my birthday, by the way. I'm 28 years old. God damn, 28 years old. It's a lot. Scary lah, need to be successful soon. Cannot be a broke ass guy any longer. So yeah, so it's 6 months already, and I'm looking forward to having a harvest and selling the harvest, because until I sell my harvest the proper way, harvest and thing on a large scale like this, then only I understand the basics of farming, seen the basic process of farming lah. Then after that, it's easier to duplicate and learn from there. So like now, I don't know what to expect and how to expect, and I can think of a million scenarios, but which of the scenarios will come, and whether that million scenarios that I thought of will one of it happen, or is it a different scenario altogether? A guy can always think and stress to a certain point. So yeah, and so if I'm not mistaken, I haven't posted anything yet from the month of May. I was off for a week. Sorry about that. As you see the videos that I'll post starting tomorrow onwards, you will see why. You will come to understand why I took a break on posting videos. Yeah, I'm better now. I hope so. Mentally and physically I'm okay lah. Okay lah, still fat lah. What to do? But mentally I think I'm okay. Yeah, and yeah, so that is what Project KEBUN started, and what is it? What is me and what am I about? Adventurous, friendly guy. Love going out, adventure, especially love comedy and all that. I'm Lavinesh. This is Project KEBUN. It's my birthday today. I'm 28 years old. Do wish me below in the comments. Until the next time, guys. Ciao.